A formula for cough syrup contains 1/8 grain of codeine phosphate per teaspoonful. How many grams of codeine phosphate should be used to prepare 2 pints of cough syrup? Please take note of the following converting factors. 1 grain equals 0.065 grams. 1 teaspoon equals 5 milliliters. 1 pint equals 473.176 milliliters. Also, let's change 1/8 into decimal by dividing 1/8 is equal to 0.125. This way, we can easily calculate the problem. Now, we're ready to solve the main problem. Using the ratio and proportion, let's convert 0.125 grains of codeine phosphate per teaspoonful into grams. To do that, let's set up a ratio and proportion. 1 grain is to 0.065 grams as 0.125 grains is to x. This x will represent the number of grams in 0.125 grains, and we will find that out by cross-multiplying 0.065 grams times 0.125 grains equals 0.008125 grams/grain. Then, cross-multiply 1 grain with x, or simply carry it down, which gives us 1 grain. Cancel the common unit, which is grain. Finally, divide 0.008125 grams by 1, which will give us 0.008125 grams of codeine phosphate per teaspoonful. Next, we are asked to prepare 2 pints of cough syrup, but how many milliliters is 2 pints? Let's find out by setting up a ratio and proportion. 1 pint is to 473.176 milliliters as 2 pints is to x. This x will represent the equivalent volume in milliliters of 2 pints of cough syrup. Let's cross-multiply. 473.176 milliliters times 2 pints equals 946.352 milliliters. Then, 1 pint multiplied with x or simply carry down, which gives us 1 pint. Cancel out the common unit, which is the pint. Then divide 946.352 milliliters by 1, and that will give us 946.352 milliliters of cough syrup. Lastly, we already mentioned that 1 teaspoon is equal to 5 milliliters, so we will use 5 milliliters instead of 1 teaspoon. And in 5 milliliters, there are 0.008125 grams of codeine phosphate. Now we are asked to determine how many grams of codeine phosphate we need to prepare 2 pints, or 946.352 milliliters, of cough syrup. Let's set up the ratio and proportion. 5 milliliters is to 0.008125 grams as 946.352 milliliters is to x. This x will represent the measurement in grams of codeine phosphate we need to prepare 2 pints of cough syrup. Cross-multiply 0.00825 grams with 946.352 milliliters, which will give us 7.68911 grams. Cross-multiply 5 milliliters with x or simply carry it down, which will give us 5 milliliters, cancel the common unit, which is the milliliter. Then divide 7.68911 grams by 5, which will give us 1.5378 grams or 1.54 grams of codeine phosphate. Therefore, you should use approximately 1.54 grams of codeine phosphate in preparing 2 pints of cough syrup.